Hey, so today I wanted to share my story of how I went from having rheumatoid arthritis to now doing aerial silks and climbing and holding myself up and my daughter up for dear life without losing grip. And I hope that this story helps someone. I don't have any magic cure and I'm not selling anything, but I just wanted to share what I did in case it could help somebody else. I started having some swollen joints. It started with my wrist. I thought it was maybe carpal tunnel. I went to a doctor. They sent me to a physical therapist, and it was also during the pandemic when we were stuck at home and I was eating very badly, lots of junk food, and so things were getting worse. My fingers got to the point to where I couldn't straighten them in the morning. They were just so stiff, and eventually it got to my ankles. My ankles were swollen, my wrists were swollen. I couldn't open a jar. It was mainly in the morning when I'd first wake up. Once I started getting moving, my fingers, I could bend them and it would be okay, but in the morning they were very stiff, and I definitely didn't have a lot of energy. I took a lot of naps during the day. It was not fun. I also started homeschooling around that time, so I barely had the energy to homeschool my kids. By the time they were done with their lessons, I was taking a nap on the couch, basically. So what did I do? I met with a rheumatologist, and they wanted me to take some medicine. And they said, oh, it's going to be fine. There's no major side effects. The only problem is if you were to get pregnant while on this medicine, you might have some pregnancy issues like birth defects or something, which is not cool. And I also looked up this medicine to read about all these other side effects that they didn't even mention that sounded way worse than having rheumatoid arthritis in the first place. So I did not take the medicine. I decided to change my diet, even though they said, oh, changing your diet probably isn't going to be some magic cure. There's not a lot of research on it. I did it anyway. And I scheduled an appointment with a functional medicine doctor who also encouraged me to change my diet and make it even more strict. So I started out by getting rid of gluten and dairy, but and it did improve, things improved a little bit, but once I went to the fundamental medicine doctor, we went on a complete elimination diet. I started a food journal, and I also got rid of nightshades and soy and corn, even rice and eggs in the beginning. I was able to introduce a lot of that stuff back, but what I still try to avoid now is dairy, gluten, and mainly nightshades. I will cheat on dairy and gluten every now and then and be okay. Nightshades I don't really mess around with because I feel like it makes me the most tired when I eat it. Nightshades, if you don't know, are things like tomatoes, potatoes, eggplant, peppers like bell peppers, red pepper, paprika, any seasoning that has a mix like Tony's, which is very hard in Louisiana to avoid those kind of things. So I basically had to start learning to cook and cook my own food, because there's not a lot that I can go out and buy that doesn't have the things I can't have in it. I can go out to a steak restaurant, I can go out and get tacos sometimes if they don't have red pepper, but it's very limited on what I can get. So I started cooking a lot more. I'm not going to say it was easy to just change my diet. I had to give up my favorite thing in the world, which was spaghetti. I love pasta and red sauce and salsa. Ice cream was also hard to give up, although I did find a dairy-free ice cream that's pretty good, but my store they stopped stocking it, so it's been hard to find. But anyway, yes, I had to give up a lot of my favorite foods. But I don't have stiff joints, and I wake up in the morning and my hands are fine. I don't have swollen joints. I have a lot of energy. The main thing, I hardly take naps anymore. I have a lot more energy. And that's why I was able to start Aerial Silks, which my daughter started at first. They've done Aerial Silks 2 years longer than I have. And I always told myself that there's no way that I could do Aerial Silks. But I decided to give it a try when I started feeling it better, and it was actually really fun. It's a fun workout. It is a way to keep you motivated to stay healthy, because if I know if I cheat on my diet real bad, I won't be able to go to class, or I won't be able to do a routine. So if I got a routine coming up, I'm a lot more strict on what I'm eating. And so now I can do pretty cool tricks, and I feel a lot better, I feel a lot healthier, and it's 2026, so I was diagnosed 2019, so, and I would say I've been doing Aerial Silks for 4 years, so it really didn't take, in the big scheme, the big picture, it really didn't take that long for me to start feeling a lot better. I also, the fundamental medicine doctor, had done a lot of lab work, and they had recommended some supplements, and so I took a few things like magnesium and B-complex, and I can't even remember it all. I'm not going to get down to the nitty-gritty details, but that may have helped too. I'm not really sure. All I know is that I have my energy back and my grip back. And so I hope this inspires someone, helps someone, that it is possible. It's not easy to change your lifestyle, but it is possible, and there is hope, and things can get better, and you can do things that you never thought possible.